followed by Representative Hatt.
Well, Mr. Speaker, those answers just aren't good enough. The government promised a review of urban fracking and a set of rules in 2012. Then they promised a review and a set of rules in 2013. Then they promised a definitive set of rules for right about now. Instead, we're getting another review, or excuse me, a round table. This record would be a parody of inept government. It would be funny if it didn't actually come from this government's refusal to represent the most obvious of public interests over that of oil and gas. So to the Minister, when will this government stand up for Albertans and tell industry no urban drilling?
Honourable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, this government stands up for Albertans every single day of the week in Alberta. And, Mr. Speaker, it is important that the drilling in this province provides great economic development in this province. But we make sure that we take care of the environmental concerns and the safety concerns every time application goes before the regulator. Those are the rules that they look at, making sure that there's safety issues there. All of those are part of the regulatory process, Mr. Speaker, and that is what is looked at before any application is approved in urban or rural Alberta.
Third supplemental.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that a poll in Lethbridge found that 76% of residents want a ban on urban drilling, and given that the Mayor, the Town Council and both school boards have all publicly stated the same, and given that you just got a petition with 11,000 signatures on it asking for a ban, can the Minister tell this Assembly just how many tens of thousands of regular Albertans it takes to earn the same influence as one phone call from your friends in the oil and gas industry?
Honourable Minister of Energy.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I said the other day to the House, there is no even application before the regulator, Mr. Speaker. But the discussion on urban drilling and the discussion on drilling in this province is an important discussion, regardless of where you live, because safety issues, making sure we have the rules, all of those are very important to my people who live in rural Alberta, to all of the people in Alberta, whether you live in urban or rural Alberta. So, Mr. Speaker, we are looking at all of this piece, but we're making sure that we're balancing this and making sure that we're having the time to go through this properly.
Final supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, this minister's had more than enough time. Now, given that this task force is in fact just another delay tactic by this government to serve their friends in oil and gas, and given that the issue of fracking within a few hundred metres of homes and schools and playgrounds is a no-brainer to most Albertans and only requires more study if someone has lost all sense of their democratic obligation to the citizens they represent, why won't this minister stand up for regular Albertans and ban urban drilling now?
Honourable Minister of Energy.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I stand up every day for Albertans, urban or rural Albertans. And, Mr. Speaker, I have talked to other communities that are cities as well, that are urban municipalities, such as like the city of Medicine Hat, other municipalities that are urban that actually like to have and appreciate having the development in their communities. Mr. Speaker, it does not matter where we do development in this province, as long as it is done safely and through a strong regulatory process. That's what's really important. But what's important is that we're talking to Albertans, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with this roundtable, to listen to the people who count. Those people are the Albertans here in this province.